Hey, what's going on, family? How you doing out there? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Um, this is your boy, the Kingdom Child. I just wanted to go over a few things, as you can probably see within my thumbnail, title. Pretty much, I'm asking this one historical question: why is Marvel fans, quote quote, wanting to stop the Black Panther T'Challa legacy from continuing? This is a real good question. Because if you look through history, and I have one good example. A lot of people are saying that this is unprecedented. This never happened within Hollywood. We never had an actor that had a longevity within a role, made a monumental impact within a role, and then passed away. I did a little bit of research, and I found out a particular show actually that I used to watch back in 2011, 2010, actually, which was Spartacus, that was on the Stars Network, that dealt with Spartans, and this Spartan that actually was captured. His wife was killed, things of that nature. And, the actor whose name was Andy Whitfield, I can look him up. He was a Australian actor, very good guy, by the way. You must check out his work. In the midst going into the second season of this great show, he died. And it came out to the news that he died because he had cancer. And so it was hard for a lot of the cast members. They was deciding on what to do. And since this was a series and a show that got real popular because of his talent and his skills within that role for that character, he defined that character. They didn't know what to do, but they ended up went off and recasting his role to a gentleman that actually was able to finish his role as Spartacus for 2 more seasons. Not 1 season, 2. So what does that tell you? That tells you that even though, and hear me out, stars did not immediately go off into a role and into that recasting role and start shooting with that new actor. They waited a while. Exactly, they waited almost 8 months, almost a year, before they even start doing this the next episode, or the next series rather. So my point on with the Black Panther T'Challa, Boseman has done some great work with this role. And remember, he's an actor. Every refined actor is not just judged by one role. I mean, they are judged by a role that defines them, that makes them a star. Boseman was already being looked at as a star way before he was even T'Challa. So for us to first off categorize him into one box disrespects his legacy as an actor and as a man, for that matter. Number 2, a lot of the people that's going out here calling for the demise of T'Challa, because let's be clear, if you want the legacy, if you want the Black Panther legacy to move forward, but not T'Challa, remember Boseman played T'Challa. And so I'm asking this question: why are you trying to kill off the only black male figure, superhero, authentically, not a sidekick? He's his own standalone person. Why are you trying to kill that character off? So, and then the folks that are saying this are primarily, majority, let's be realistic, no respect to my fans out there, but of Caucasian descent. That are majority of them are YouTubers, and they really don't understand. And I'm here to educate some folks on this. Okay. So no, you have people like let's think of the comic book channel with Amir saying don't recast. You having a few other folks, Caucasian YouTubers out there that are saying don't recast. This is my thing. Now, I understand is Boseman's last words, or he had a will that specifically stated that he didn't want this role to be recast, and this is his legacy. That's one thing. That will be respecting his wishes. But Boseman doesn't have a will that states that. Okay. And to assume that, because we don't really know. But I'm just saying, under assumption, because nobody has came out and stated that, yeah, this is, Boseman really wanted us to go off and to continue on without him, blah, blah, blah. But there's no report stating that. So why are we going off until that point? And the real biggest issue is to go off and to stop this strong African male figure from even existing. These folks are going to go off, and you might hear them say they love Chadwick Boseman, they love T'Challa. I call that a whole big load of malarkey, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you love somebody, you want their legacy to keep going on. I have family members that pass in my family. I'm always talking about them. I'm always looking at pictures. I'm always reminiscing. I want their legacy to keep going on. If you had work that they've done, you try to inspire by doing or continue on in within their work. You don't kill their work. And so these folks are going off and saying one thing, and they're lying through their teeth. I'm sorry. These are crocodile tears. A lot of these folks that are saying that don't recast. These are crocodile tears, because let's look at the evidence of looking at how Boseman himself wanted to continue this legacy of this character. He was going to chemo. He was doing all he can to go off and to continue this work for many black and brown boys alike, so they can have something to hold on to. Okay? Just like anybody else in any other demographic will go off and do, that doesn't have that image of them in mainstream media, which is quite few people, quite few demographics in sectors of people. But that's a whole different story right there. But what I'm trying to get across is, this is wrong. Okay? We already know what this is. This is going off and trying to kill the black character. Okay? Nobody's really starting on War Machine, because why? War Machine's a side chick. I'm sorry. Let's just be realistic. Nobody really ain't really saying nothing too heavily about. Well, I'm lying. I don't even gonna go that way. People have said a lot of things about the character, about what I was about to get to say, which was Falcon. They got upset because because they were thinking Falcon was going to take the place of Captain America, which he did. He did receive the mantle, but that was a whole different story. But the whole backlash of that really, really made me sick to my stomach to even hear that now. But that's the same situation. It gets really sick to my stomach that these heavy-made YouTubers that are not really from the African descent and the struggles of African Americans in this country have the audacity to don't have a little bit of respect in the tonage on what they're saying before they say it. Because let's just be realistic. If the shoe was on the other foot You won't want people to say, no, you will never kill my legacy away. We're not going to do that. I advocate everyone to go off and to fight against the whole idea of you killing the character off that Chadwick fought so hard to go off and put on the screen and put his blood, sweat, and tears in, and also to stop his work as a whole. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense, okay? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It doesn't. Why? Why would you do that? And it goes back down to, yet again, because you want to stop the legacy of this black character. Name me a couple of black characters that are headliners in the MCU. I'll wait. Oh, I forgot. That's right. You only had Black Panther. That was a headliner. That was a headliner. We never had no War Machine movie. We never had no Falcon movie. We got a TV show, but come on. We're talking about a movie. And it's not called the Falcon show. It's called The Winter Soldier and the Falcon for a reason. Because of who the character, who's the character is, and who the actor is. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm just saying, I'm just telling you the truth. So we need to stop this. First of all, what we really need to do, give ourselves some time to heal. Don't even, if you have anybody talking about we're not going to recast, so hold on. Let's chill out for a minute. Let's go off and get out our emotions, and then we'll talk about it, and then maybe in the next 6 months or a year. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we got another 3 or 4 months to this year ends. If they have to go off into start working on this second Black Panther movie, if they want to again keep that 2022 date, they have to start working on it. I say about March of next year. So that's about another 6 months. So which is a good time frame. But like I said, we got to get out our emotions on this, because, and then we got to go off and defend what's right. And what's right is to continue this guy's legacy. Singers do it all the time. Actors do it all the time. And we're acting like just because it's a black man playing a black role that was very monumental, that doesn't necessarily mean we stop. Imagine, let's just imagine this for a second. If we had that mentality with everything that black and brown men and women have done in every sector of the globe, we talking about with sports, we're talking about with movies, TV shows, books, just civil rights as a whole, anything. And one great leader went off and fell, or one great actor fell, and we didn't never touch that work that this actor did, this advocate did, this athlete did. Guess what? There wouldn't be any more other black actors after that, or actresses. There wouldn't be, because we went off and we had this policy of shutting it down. You don't shut things down in Hollywood. What does the policy, I mean, what is the old slogan in Hollywood? The show must go on. Do you know why that term is what it is? It's in respect. That term came from a level of respect. When an actor or actress would fall, most of y'all that are actually are actors and actresses know this. When an actor or actress fall, we attribute the work going forward to them by continuing the work. We don't never stop. The show must go on. I'm doing this in inspiration of athletes do it all the time. Athletes do it all the time. You got people right now, you got ball players in the NBA right now doing great things in the memory and the respect of Kobe Bryant. How was that disrespectful? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what is disrespectful. Putting, like, never saying nothing about these men and women that passed away at all. Never showing them respect. Never being inspired to continue on forward with their work. That's disrespectful. And I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of all these YouTubers on here going off and fake breaking and trying to make the money, you know what I'm saying, but never having no conscience with themselves. Never having no conscience with themselves. Like, come on, let's be well respected to this man and his legacy. Because at the end of the day, that's the type of man he was. And if you really cared, you would go off and push forward that his work continues. Not just one part of his work, the whole caboodle. I'm done. Thank you so much for joining in and the Kingdom's Court. And you have a great one.